Alright. Hello, welcome to stream. I need to quickly share this around. Hello, welcome to the stream. Smooth jazz all the way. Oh my god. Okay, so for the most part, this stream's just gonna be chatting. So, I have an assignment I have to do, so I will be doing that while I answer questions, because Halloween I won't be available. Mainly for, a Halloween horror movie marathon. So it's not gonna be a normal Halloween for me. For the most part, I'm just gonna be chilling with family members. So I figured why not stream now instead of later. But I have an assignment to do, which means I can't read any horror books. Or play any horror games, so... I went for, like, I guess the second best option, which is Q&A. But right now, I am doing a turntable for Ace. I'm gonna try and grab the turntable that I finished yesterday. At like 1 in the morning. This assignment was kind of brutal. Mainly because it was like, oh, you have to type a script, and then, oh, by the way, you have to make like 3 turntables for 3 characters, but the maximum number you can go to is 8 characters. And it's like, I can't do 8. I can do 3. I can do the bare minimum. But I'm gonna try and save this real quick so I can show it on screen. My server hasn't even seen this character yet. Mainly because, oops, I misspelled the thing for a second. It's mainly because, what the hell did I just do? Did I... Okay, I must have accidentally deleted it. There we go. But like for the most part, I'm mainly doing assignments, which is not fun, as you can imagine. I'm gonna lock all of these so I don't accidentally click anything. Alright. You ready to see this very, exhausted looking boy who is a part of my assignment? I promise, he's a real go-getter. Let me see. Folder. There we go. How big is it gonna be? What? Oh. It's gonna blow up the screen, obviously. Give me one moment as I try to get this to a small vantage point. You at least know his name so far. Okay. I'm gonna put Audy before Vanny, so I can just... There we go. I'm gonna make him smaller so you guys can see him. So this is Vanny. He is a spotted bat. He's a very sleep-deprived, insomnia-bagged boy, if you can tell by the underbags on his eyes. Vanny is the annoyed neighbor to Audy and Ace and my roommates AU, I guess. It's a comic that I haven't worked on yet. But I figured, oh, this would be a good opportunity to, you know, use Ace and Audy and the roommates AU, because then, you know, I'm working on it. He looks amazing, thank you. I'm gonna see if I can put I'm gonna grab Ace's thing, because I'm starting to do Ace's turntable now. I started line arting it. I have like 2 full bodies to finish line arting, and then I start coloring it. Let me do new source. Please and thank ya. Let's see, where is it? There it is. So, I guess I'll put Audy in front of this one too, if they'll let me. Uh-oh. Did I accidentally unclip Audy? That's a big no-no. What the hell? Oh, all of them are unlocked. Okay. This is what I'm trying to grab. I'll make it big. It's gonna cover, her face, but that's okay. So I'm working on Ace right now. This is his character sheet for roommates so far. So far I have everything line arted, which this is like the sketch whip that I sent to Drake. Cause I wanted to show him Ace yet again for the millionth time. But I'm working on line arting Ace right now. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna start coloring him, and then I get to do Audy. We love some Audy up in this house. But yeah, like while I'm working on stuff, you guys can ask questions if you'd like. I guess I'll open the floodgate. I'll answer even dub questions. Which means I'll answer the repeated question that a lot of people ask me, which is like, when's episode 4 of Shadow? I'm too mentally exhausted to like refuse to answer it now. I mean, I have the word blocked for like comments and stuff, so I don't receive them. Like when you blocklist a word, for the most part, it's like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be put in the spam folder for you to view later, and it's like, thank God. I can only mentally prepare myself for one question of the Shademu thing. I'm not gonna spoil anything either for Z's comic. She started sketching, I think it was page 86, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I have to look. I have to scroll through her Twitter real quick to find it. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, it's page 86 that she is sketched up. So far, from the looks of it, from what I've seen, she has sketched the entire page, which, you know, that was like October 22nd at 12:27 p.m. And I think I don't think she started line arting, but so far she's like sketched up the entirety of her page 86 of the Shad Amy comic. So there you go on that front of answering that question. Honestly, I'll be excited to dub that. But I'm not looking forward regardless. I'm not looking forward to like getting questions of when's episode 5 because at that point I'm gonna have to like even blocklist that word. It's gonna be like, why? Why is nobody just happy with me answering the question once? I know it's because a lot of people are new, so they don't understand. In all honesty, I should have saved like Ace's turntable as like the very last thing to like work on assignment turntable wise because it's just like even Drake was saying this. He was like, oh, Ace is like, you know, a really complex character. And I was like, well, he's pretty easy to draw for me. But like, I could understand his point. Because Ace is a fancy boy. And we stand fancy boys. I was gonna look up before the stream, to see if I could find a way to cast, my Surface to the screen. But I'm pretty sure I have to get, like, a lot of equipment and stuff for that, which I have no money for. Hi, Lobby. Hello, welcome to the stream. It's pretty chill. I sound really dead tired, but I promise I'm not tired. But for any newcomers to the stream who have just joined or are going to soon be joining, Halloween I won't be able to stream, so I figured why not do it today? Because I figured, might as well. I can do an assignment while chatting with you guys. It's just I can't, like, read any horror novels, like, which was, like, the top big thing that people wanted me to do. I mean, breaks are important. Maybe I'll read a little bit of a horror novel after I finish Ace. Then again, I don't want to procrastinate on this assignment because it's like, you have to do 3 turntables, and then, by the way, you have to do 3 pages worth of backstory for the characters you just put in the turntables, and it's like, I love drawing, but, like, limit your little ratio of expectations, buddy. Like, it took me all day yesterday to finish Vanny's reference turntable. It's like, if I'm going at the slow rate that I am now, I'm not gonna be able to finish the pages on the weekend. So I'm trying to, like, speed up my drawing process a little bit right now. And I figured, why not, kind of do that by chatting with you guys. By answering any questions you guys may have and whatnot. I'll try to be energetic when answering. But I can't make any promises. Because my eyes are, like, directed downwards right now. But I have both of my computers on the stream chat, so I can, like, look over or look up.
guys have any questions.
But yeah, Vanny was actually pretty fun to design. Even though I just created him for roommates. It's like, I love Vanny to like a degree. Like, Amanda and I were talking when I was trying to figure out like a design slash species for Vanny. And we were thinking, you know, it has to be like an animal that's probably sensitive to sounds and whatnot. Cause like, she recommended like a dog or a cat, which I have too many dog and cat OCs. Wolves count as dogs, okay? They're a species of dog. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do a cat because I have a lot of cat OCs, including Ace, because Ace can turn into a cat. That's why he has cat moments of like cat-like reflexes slash the way he acts. And what else did I do? But yeah, I was working on Vanny during... Well, first of all, like, I was trying to figure out what kind of species I wanted to go with. For the good old, like, what would be a good, you know, animal that would be easily irritated with his neighbors at, like, 3 or 4 in the morning. Which, hypothetically speaking, like, you know, bats are nocturnal. So really, I shouldn't have gone with a bat, but I don't have a lot of bat OCs. And I also wanted an opportunity to kind of draw, like, a disgruntled bat. Because, Amanda and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, you know, like, I feel like, you know, I agree with the whole, like, it has to be an animal with sensitive hearing. And, like, I started thinking, and I was like, what if it's, like, a, you know, an animal that relies on sounds, you know, in order to, like, move around or whatnot. And I was like, you know, kind of like a whale or, I didn't say a dolphin, but honestly, I probably should have gone with a dolphin. But then I'd have to have a reason as to why an aquatic animal is out of water. But I settled on a bat. Specifically, a spotted bat. They're really ugly. I don't know if anybody's afraid of bats, but I mean, let me know in the chat, obviously. Because if you guys don't mind bats, then I'll try, like, grabbing a spotted bat picture and put it on screen. But yeah, I was like, you know, I need to, like, I was like, why not I do a character or animal that kind of relies on hearing? And I started thinking, you know, like, it has to it's gonna be a character that has, like, really heavy bags under their eyes. You know, they may rely on the whole echolocation thing, like the noise and stuff, in order to get around through, like, their dark apartment. Because Roommates is, like, set in an apartment complex. It's a slice of life comic. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out a type of animal that would work. And, you know, I was going through, like, the motions, like, oh, dolphin, you know, whale. And then I was like, I'm not lazy, but I really want to go a simple route and do a bat. So I went with a bat. And then Vanny was created. It was like after my physics homework. My brother had a surprise birthday party at like 7 that day. So I was like, okay, you know, like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to, like, get the reference I need to work
on Vanny, and then I can color it and finish it up there. Well, at the party, I was pretty much not paying attention to finishing my work. And then another thing set me back. It was around midnight when I eventually got a shower. And around that time, I was like, I was trying to finish coloring Vanny. And I was trying to put a height chart in to like show how tall he is. Like, for those who joined the stream earlier, you saw like the little height, I can't speak, height chart behind him. And I accidentally, instead of deleting the layer that the height chart was on, I accidentally clicked out of the software. Like, in Clip Studio, when you open or create a new canvas, there's like a little X within the canvas at the top where it like says the title of the canvas, whether you gave it a name or left it as illustration. And I accidentally clicked the little X that's on that tab, and it closed out of Vanny's like reference sheet. And I was like, oh no. Like, I was hoping that the software like saved it, you know, like saved my progress. And come to find out, it like, because I finished coloring his shoes, his wings on like the far left sprite reference thing. And then, yeah, like I realized Clip Studio didn't save it, and I was like, oh, god damn it. So I was like sitting in a chair at it was like 1 in the morning was when I finished Vanny. And I was like, okay, you know, like I'm gonna quickly sketch up Ace's thing. Like, I wasn't gonna even do, I wasn't gonna fully sketch it to where like I normally do, where like it has more detail. So it was basically just a base of the poses that I did. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure I save this, because I don't want to repeat. But yeah, so far I am working on Ace. Which honestly, like I said, I should have saved him for dead last. Because then I'd be motivated enough to do like Audy's. Because I'd be like, oh, you know, like I have to get through Audy in order to do Ace. But now it's like, now I'm doing Ace, so that means I have to struggle through with doing Audy's reference. Great! It's not a bad thing, it's just, you know, Ace is more or less my comfort character. He, you know, besides that I'm thirsty for the man, for the most part, like, Ace is my comfort character. Like, if I'm stuck in an art block, I generally draw just Ace. Because I feel it's like it's not a kinship, but it's more or less like a comfort thing for me. Like, it's like I fully know how to draw Ace. I know that I have enough energy to draw him. And just generally drawing him and coloring him in a thing makes me happy, honestly. Because, like, then I'm excited to see the end result. Then again, that could be said for any character, but, like, Ace is the main one for me. Because I've developed him, like, so much over the year. Because I think it was, Ace's creation, for the most part, I know nobody has asked this, but I'm kind of rambling in order to focus. In general, I had an idea of creating Ace back in the beginning of issue 1, this was like before the end of it. Like, when I was working on TC, I was like, okay. Because originally issue 1 was gonna be the end of TC. Like, I was gonna do one and done, you know? And, it was mainly the sense of, like, I have to, like, close this story somehow. Like, so many people are gonna question me, like, you know, what's gonna happen now that Ace is out? Or, like, you know, the evil or whatever that's in the gem. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out something. And, because originally, the only villain that was gonna be in TC1 was gonna be Infinite. Like, you know, he's still kind of the villain in TC1, mainly because he's a jerk to Iris, and he snaps up her back me by, like, flinging her into a tree trunk. So, yeah. And then, for the most part, I'm trying to think, my brain's going, like, but for the most part, like, when I created Ace, I was like, okay, what kind of thing do I want to go for? Like, because originally, like, I wasn't gonna name him Ace. I forget which names I was going through before I settled on his name, Acelius. Or Ace, as I like to call him, because honestly, best name ever that I could give this boy. Like, I can't see him as any other character name. Like, can you imagine him as, like, a Lysander or Alistair? No. You can't. But, I was like, okay, you know, like, what kind of species do I want to go with? By the way, hello, Nova, welcome to the stream. I'm talking about Ace. Ace's creation. But I was, like, going through species. I'm a huge cat lover, if that's not obvious, by, like, Iris, her family, TC in general, Ace having a cat Mobian form, and Ace having, like, cat necessities and whatever. Of, like, the way he acts, basically. And, yeah, when I created Ace, I was like, you know, I really like cats, and I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have a cat-like character. And I was like, okay, but I don't want to give him, like, a generic, you know, oh, it's a Mobian, evil villain, nah, nah, nah. You know, like, for example, Infinite. I was like, okay, I don't want to go for a Mobian. That's very obvious to me. So I was like, okay, where, you know, like, what am I gonna, like, what species am I feeling, you know, when I created Ace? And I'm really into, like, demon characters, like, characters with horns. And I was like, you know what? Yes, we're gonna give him horns. And then, because I was working, I was doing a yard, because I used to do, like, lawn care stuff back in 2019. And I was like, okay, what design do I want to go for? Originally, Ace was gonna have, like, 2 horns. No, wait, 3 horns. And that was gonna be it. Because I was gonna give him, like, the 2 main horns he has at the front. The ones that are kind of like ears. And his little unicorn horn. And I was like, okay. And, you know, I wasn't really feeling the sense of, like, is this enough horns? And the little voice that was inside my head at that point when I was creating Ace and looking at the drawing / sketch, it was going, no, add more. So I added more horns to Ace's face slash head and body. That's where like the iconic like shoulder horns were created. The side horns. Originally, Ace's bottom horns were pointed inwards, like curved inwards instead of out. No, wait. I have that flip-flopped. His bottom horns used to be like flipped out. So like, you know how like look at the Ace on screen. You know, like you see how the bottom tiny ones are curved closer to like his shoulder area. So those horns used to be like curved out, basically facing away from his little choker thing. And whenever I drew Ace, I would always like mess up drawing him. In the sense of like I would always draw his horns facing inwards. So like it got so bad to the point I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep the horns facing inwards. And honestly, I think I'm super glad that I stuck with like that idea of like keeping his horns facing inwards. Because honestly, his look is so iconic to people now that they're like, oh yeah, that's Ace. When I first saw Ace, for some reason, I thought his name was Mac Roster. I mean... I feel like Ace would take offense to that. Yeah, when I was naming Ace, I wanted to give him like a little bit of an extravagant name, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I wanted to give him like a weird name. Not something like, you know, Billy Bob Joe. Like, I wanted to give him a name that fit. Like, was unnatural to the tongue, if that makes sense. Like, by saying it, it sounds weird. Because Ace's full name, if you don't know, is Acelius. Like, Ace Lias. So it's like Acelias. So it's like AC and then Elias type thing. And, you know, I shortened it to Ace. Like, his nickname is Ace, technically. But, like, I like calling him Ace. It's shorter, and it's easier to say than Acelius every single time. But yeah, like, when I named Ace, I was like, I need to give him like a really weird name. Like, I didn't want to name him Alistair, but I was feeling like an A name, you know? Like, I felt like an A name would work. And I was like, okay. Like, what name do I want to go with? Do I want to go with, like, you know, Alistair, I don't know, Elias spelled with an A, like Alias. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mess with the name. I was like, okay, I like the Elias kind of sound. And I was like, okay, what do I want to go for? And I was like, because I have like a CPOC named Aracelius. And my mind was like, okay, I kind of like the sound of that. But Aracelius is a girl name. So I was like, okay, I gotta think for a moment. And I was like, you know what? Acelius. That, he can shorten it to Ace, just perfect. Yes, because like Ace, like short, you know, Acelius shortened down to Ace is like a unisex name because it can, like, anybody could be named Ace. And I was like, yes, this is definitely yes. Like, we're gonna name him Ace. But yeah, like, Ace's creation was fun to do. Like, figuring out what I wanted to make him because I knew I wanted to give him like a little bit of like cat-like features, if that makes sense. Like his eyes are slitted. You know how cats get like their little slit eyes? I don't know cat moods, even though I have a cat. But like, you know when like they're chilling and they're not with their human and their eyes kind of slit? You guys probably know what I mean, but I'm I'm over explaining this. But like I wanted to give him like, you know, horns, and then I wanted to give him kind of like demon eyes. And originally, Ace was gonna have white, oh, what's the eye? The white part of the eye. The sclera. I wanted to give, originally, when I was designing Ace, I was like, maybe white and magenta, because I wanted magenta for eyes. Because it was gonna be either magenta or red eyes. And I went more so for magenta. And, you know, I actually, when I was designing Ace, I asked Drew and Amanda at the time, like, what do you guys think would work better for, like, villain-wise? Like, do you think white would work, or, like, black and magenta? And I think it was Drew that spoke up and was like, you know, like, black with magenta would work, like, a whole lot. So I was like, okay, you know, like, honestly, I'm digging it. Yes, you know, like, it works. But yeah.
Does Ace like jazz music? I don't know, you'd have to ask Ace.
Personally, if any of you have seen Lucifer, like Tom Ellis's Lucifer, he's like my main inspiration for Ace that I kind of draw from, like his humor, the way he deals with situations, like I think it's like Marvel Lucifer, I guess, in that sense. Or it's DC, I can't remember. Because, like, he has a crossover with, like, Constantine. So it would be DC. Yeah, like, that Lucifer was my main inspo for Ace. And the way he handles situations and turns them into a joke. And, like, his partner, which he calls Detective. Eventually Chloe, but her name's Chloe. Like, I was like, yeah, you know, like, Ace's humor is very similar to this. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, he definitely, yes. Like, that's gonna work for Ace. Because Lucifer always makes, like, intercourse jokes, or, like, I can't remember any of the jokes he's done. But he calls, Dan, aka Chloe's, like, ex-husband, Detective Douche. And it's like, oh my god, Ace would do that. And it's like, yes, queen, we're gonna give him the sass of Lucifer.
And what's funny is, like, I haven't watched I have watched Lucifer, but, like, how old was I when I watched one of the episodes, like, on regular TV? I had to be, like, 14, 15? Around that age. And, like, Tom Ellis to me was my type, okay? Like, dark hair, dark eyes, yes, please.
And I was like, oh my god, he has the British accent. Like, yes, honey. And, like, when I was creating Ace, my mind went back to Lucifer. And I was like, oh my god, yes, we're gonna give him the whole sex appeal. I shouldn't say that, but yeah. Ace is more or less like the kind of, well, he is he is sexy, but like, I'm getting off topic, but Lucifer in that show plays piano and he sings all types of music. Like, he sings Luck Be a Lady Tonight, which is a very like old-timey Frank Sinatra-esque era, so it'd be like jazz. I'm trying to think what other songs he's sang in the show. I mean, it's not really a jazzy like music thing, but he sang Creep, which, oh my god, Creep. Like Radiohead Creep. Recently cause I watched all of the current seasons, like the newer one hasn't come to Netflix yet, so like I'm still waiting for it. And oh my god, when I tell you I was ready to bawl my eyes out re-listening to Tom Ellis sing Creep, I was ready to cry. Cause I imagined Ace singing it. Cause like, I forget, I think it's season 4. Mild spoiler warning. I forget what Chloe does to him in that season. Like, I think she rejects him. And like, you know, Lucifer's playing the piano and he plays Creep so many times because he's upset and distraught because he loves Chloe. Or he loves the detective. And he's like playing the piano very depressed. And you can see like, even though his face is like showing, you know, like mild happiness, you can tell deep down with like the vocals, he's depressed. And I was ready to sob my eyeballs out listening to it again, because like as I was listening to the vocals, I was like, oh god damn, like I started imagining Ace in the sense of like Hannah rejecting him and her hating him, because in the beginning, like when they're together, not as in like together as partners, but like more so like pressed together kinda, in the sense of being in the same place at the same time, you know, as people. Like, Hannah hates him. And he has like a small, like, he has a developing crush feeling on her that, you know, like, he doesn't understand love. But like, he eventually like realizes, oh damn, you know, like I'm falling for this chick. And like, when he's like, I like you, she's all like, I hate you, ew, get away from me. And like, Ace gets sad. Cause he's like, damn, I like this girl and she hates me. Because she does hate him. Cause I explained this to Drake, but like, for like all of Ace's existence, like, if you don't know, in the TC lore wise, different species of animals like Mobians, Terrians, like they worship certain arcanes in TC. And Ace, you know, like arcanes are basically gods. And Ace is not a natural god, if that makes sense. Like, he is... How did Drake describe it? He's like, frick, I can't remember, but like, the way I described it, like, Ace is, not made similarly in the sense of like a normal god, you know, like, Ace kind of popped into existence from, like, a pre-existing god. So, like, he's not naturally made, if that makes sense. Like, his creation was abnormal. Because Apophis was like, I want more power, so I'm gonna, like, split myself into, like, these halves. If you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, this is exactly kind of like it. Where, like, Apophis kind of splits himself a little bit, and it's like, I'm gonna put, you know, like, the different parts of my emotions / power into these beings, and they're all gonna be evil, but they're also gonna be craving power because they want power. And, the thing is with, like, the destruction of the children of Apophis, since they're not normal gods, I'm gonna turn down the jazz a tiny bit. It's a little too loud for me. The saxophone's a little too loud for me. But, in the sense, you know, they're not, like, actual gods. So, in the sense of it all, if you guys have read chapter 3, if you haven't, go read it because I'm about to spoil this moment. I'm gonna give you, like, a 3-second warning of spoiler. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in chapter 3, Rawl dies. That is the youngest of Apophis's children. You know, Ace hates him because Rawl is awful. Basically, you know, Rawl dies. But, like, his power is still kind of floating around because, you know, Ace took it. Because Ace in chapter 3 is like, oh, Rawl, you know, like, give me your power just in case something happens. Because Ace knew something was gonna happen, okay? Like, I forget if Ace was the one that told Rawl, like, you know, like, you're not gonna be able to, like, you know, be able to get Iris, because, you know, if that child of Ra has anything to say about it. And basically, you know, like, Ace takes that power, so, like, Rawl technically, like, his physical body dies, but, like, the power that he gave to Ace is not gone. So technically he's not fully gone, if that makes sense. But, like, he's dead. But in the sense of it, the way that Rawl dies is... So the thing in, like, TC lore is the subclass that are, like, naturally made. So, like, think of it as, like, Nephilims. You know, basically a child that is made by an angel and a human. That's basically what a Nephilim is. And, in TC lore, that kind of subclass, which is, like, part god, part human type thing, are called sentries in my lore. And basically, the whole thing is a sentry can kill another sentry, or, like, what could be considered as a sentry, or an arcane. Because, you know, sentries are part god, basically. So think, like, demigod. And basically, Veek, which is Iris's guardian, he's a naturally made sentry. So, like, he was made the normal way of, like, you know, god with human or god with god type thing. In other words, Ra was busy. And, Veek ends up killing Rawl. But yeah, like, Veek basically kills Rawl, and if you see how, like, Veek kills Rawl, like, Rawl begins disintegrating, like, disappearing into, like, little teal hue particles. And, cause the thing is, like, I can't believe I'm using this analogy, but, if you've ever seen Steven Universe, like, the gems, like, they can't feel physical pain because, like, in truth, their gem is them, and their bodies are technically not real, if that makes sense. So, like, oh, how do I describe it? It's really hard to explain, honestly, because, like, it's like their physical bodies, TC-wise, I'm going back to, they can feel pain. And the basic thing is, like, their bodies aren't really physically made the same way as, like, a normal sentry. Because, TC lore-wise, Ace, Rawl, Nyx, Fidel, and Nawa, you know, children of Apophis. Since they're made directly from one god, they're considered arcanes, but, like, abnormal arcanes. So, like, they're technically gods. And since they're not naturally made, like normal god would be, a normal arcane would be, they disintegrate because they're made fully, like, out of power. Like, you know, they have a physical body, but, they're made out of Apophysis power. If that makes sense. It probably does, in a very weird way. But, like, yeah. Basically, you know, if they die, the power kind of just lingers around, or it goes back directly to Apophis. Which, you know, Ace is a little bit of a coward, if you can believe it. Like, he's an asshole. He will get his hands dirty purposely, but, in the sense of, like, he's afraid of dying. That's why, like, Ace wasn't like, oh, get, you know, the other siblings, you know, to help you capture Iris in order to break me out, kind of thing. But yeah. Let me catch up with chat. Here's a daily joke. An old woman walked into the bank I worked at. She asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. Yes, I have the show. Hannah X Ace OTP forever. Honestly. You kill God, you become God. Basically. I gotta take a sip. I'm almost done with line arting Ace's turntable thing. Hello, welcome to the stream, G-Man. You should not fear death, but waits for you after it. Yeah. Ace more so is, like, afraid of disappearing. But, you know, like, as a god, you have a certain ego where you're like, I'm not gonna die, I'm immortal. But, like, if you know the threat of, like, a subspecies, like a sentry, can kill you, you're like, you don't screw with that shit. You're like, nah, I'm good, hun. Like, if you wanna go die, you can, but, like, me personally, you know, Ace, no. You go do you, hun. Like, yeah. I don't know why I was saying that in a sassy way. But yeah. Honestly, like, out of all the characters that I write, Ace is probably the most fun. even though he's like screwed up in the head, you know? Because baby boy was stuck in a gem for like thousands of years. Like, for centuries. There was like a time that I actually, because I suck at math. And, there was a time, I don't remember the exact numbers, but, I calculated what it would be if, you know, how old Ace actually is. And I was like, okay, you know, like, I have to consider the amount of time he was created by Apophis, you know, like, existing, and then the time he was trapped in the gem. And I was like, okay, you know, like, I gotta think about this for a moment. And I was like, okay. I don't know where I was going with that. My mind just slipped for a second. I was talking about Ace. Obviously. I can't remember what I was about to say, but I'll answer the questions in the chat. Just curious, why does it say PG-13 underneath keep questions? It's basically keep questions PG-13, so no questions related to like Ace's dick size or whatnot. I'm basically saying like, you know, like questions that could be considered R-rated. or uncomfy ones. Like, you know, like, what position is Ace's favorite? Like, those types of questions. How did Ace fall in love with Hannah? Oh boy, oh boy. This is a real treat one. So, if you went, what's the exact page? You know what, I'm gonna look in my folder. No, I can't. I don't have it open there. Frick, I can't remember. It's one of, I think it has to be like one of the 80 or 90 pages. I'm gonna look real quick before I finish line arting Ace's turntable and then coloring him. Gallery, Tainted Corruption, page 103. So I was way off. So if this is in chapter 4, you know, the current chapter, Ace is like chilling. He's like, you know, like everything's going to be mine, and he transforms into like his quote unquote Mobian form, the form that he takes. That way, like people are comfortable around him and trust him, because since he doesn't look like a normal arcane or like normal, it's like how people have what's the fear of clowns? I can't remember, but like it's because like, you know, they look partially human but not entirely. You know what I mean? And humans like seeing things that they're used to. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see something that has human features that they can tie as being a human instead of something that's different. That's why, like, you know, a ton of people are creeped out by clowns. And with Ace's case, he is considered, you know, not an arcane to, like, quote-unquote mortals in this case. Like, a lot of the Mobians and whatnot that worship the arcanes are, like, you know, the ones... So, the overall, like, quote-unquote religious aspect of TC is, like, there's these two groups. There are the Shadow Keepers, which I drew Salem. She's the high priestess of that little squandrel. And there is a Light Keeper priest named Rosenheart. I really want to make him a lion, honestly. Honestly, I might make him a lion. Maybe. It'd be kind of cool because, Salem is a panther. So she's a cat. But then it might be kind of cool to have, like, a clashing thing where it's, like, cat versus dogs thing. I'm getting sidetracked. But, in that page, 103, the thing with Ace is he is highly attracted to... Not in the sense of sexually, by the way. He has this thing where, like, he really likes sweet things. Like, sweet smelling things, like, sweet tasting things. Like, think kid in a candy store type addiction that kids have. Like, that's basically Ace. Even though he's, like, 100,000 years old is how I think I calculated his age. That's the thing I forgot. I was talking about, like, how old he actually is. And then my mind slipped and I was like, because I was looking at the chat and then I was like, what was I saying? But, Ace basically is like 100,000 years old. But, yeah, Ace is really addicted to sweets. That's like my main canon thing. Like, he really loves sweets. He loves the scent of sweets. Like, if he had a sniffer, which, you know, I draw him with no nostrils, so like people are like, how does he hear? How does he smell? We're not thinking about the science and the mechanics behind how Ace smells or hears, okay? But you know, he's able to like his schnoz, if he's like really tiny nostrils. Okay, I need to stop. But like he's able to like sniff out very sweet things. And there was a while back that on Twitter there's like this trend where it was like, oh, you know, like, how does your OC smell? Like, what does your OC smell like? And Ace specifically, I forget what I made him smell like. I think I made him smell like red velvet and lavender, because I think I made Iris smell like irises and rosemary. I can't remember, but like, you know, there was a trend on Twitter where it was like, what does your OC smell like? And Amanda, who's the creator, well, I designed her OC, but she owns Hannah. She did the trend, and it was like, Hannah smells like lollipops, you know, sugary stuff. And I was like, oh. I gotta make this canon in TC that he's like, smells good, I'm coming for that. That's basically what happened. He was like, yes, she smells sweet, I'm going after her. But, like, he became intrigued by her, if that makes sense. Like, he's been trapped in a gym for, like, centuries. I think it was like a millennia is what I put it. Well, millennias are shorter. Because, like, it's like every 20 or 50 years is a millennia. And centuries are 100 years. So I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, he's been stuck in this gym. He's been lonely for like 100,000 years. And, you know, sometimes you just gotta follow your heart. Or in this case, his nose. But yeah, like, in the sense of them falling in love, it's a very difficult, rocky road for them because, at the start, Hannah hated him. Like, absolutely despised Ace. Which, you know, kind of hurt Ace's feelings because, you know, he actually was falling for her. It's kind of the sense of, like, he was acting like a stalker, but in the sense of, like, he kept his distance, but followed her, and was intrigued by her. And, like, yeah, it was a very rocky road there, like, start, because, you know, Hannah was not interested at all in Ace. Like, she wasn't attracted to him, she just hated him. And I know that's very vague of me to say, but, like, she puts blame on him at some point that will be coming in Save My Soul, which I can't name. But, like, she puts blame on him for, like, being the cause of it. Because honestly, he is the cause of it. But, like, in truth, it's not really his fault. But, yeah, like, she hates him in the beginning. And then, you know, like, Ace kind of keeps his distance, but, you know, sticks around on Mobius, checks up on her, makes sure. And she starts kind of slowly falling for him. But yeah. Where was I? If he has achieved godhood, why doesn't he free himself from his imprisonment by going through time? Okay, here's the thing. So, I'm glad you asked that question because honestly, a lot of people don't question it. So the thing with Ace's prison is that it was meant as, like, an amplifier to, like, you know, like, a prison basically going up against a prison, if that makes sense, because Apophis is banished into the core of Iris's planet, Terria. So he's, like, entrapped in the core of the planet. And Nyx, which is Ace's older sister, the most manipulative one, by the way, that Ace considers a bitch. You know, like, in the beginning he was trusting of her, but then, like, this is the one where, this was the betrayal that he was like, nah, fam, I hate my entire family. But, she basically went to Ace and was like, hey, yo, you know, like, bro, like, I have this plan to get, you know, Dad out of the imprisonment that his lover put him in. Like, I'm gonna need you to use your power because you're the second oldest and, you know, like, you were the second one created and we share all of our powers, so technically you could help, you know, like, you could help break Dad out of the prison. And Ace, being a gullible fool, which honestly I don't blame him because boy was, like, power crazy in the sense of destroying things. Like, he killed thousands. And in truth, Nyx wanted to, like, imprison Ace because he was going too hog wild. Like, he was upsetting the natural order of things. Because, like, it's good to kill every... Don't take this advice, but fictional villain-wise, it's good to kill every once in a while, but not all the time. Because at the end of some things, like, at that point you're upsetting the natural order. And Ace was kind of upsetting the natural order. Like, populations on certain planets weren't able to, like, reproduce fast enough. And because Ace was just destroying shit. He was destroying populations, he was destroying planets. He was doing all the bad things that the bad boy was doing. And basically, you know, Nyx went to him and was like, yeah, you know, like, I have this plan to break Dad out, but I'm gonna need your help. Like, she was like, you know, like, I've had this theory for a while that I want to try out, where it's like, you know, you have the power to be able to corrupt things, which was basically Dad's main thing. So, like, I'm gonna need you to fashion this little prison that'll be able to go up against the power of Bastet's that imprisoned Dad into the core of the planet, and it'll be like a catastrophe kind of explosion thing, and he'll break out. And Ace, being the gullible fool he is, but we love him. Even though he's like super evil, he goes along with the plan. He's like, okay, you know, like I'll follow you, sis. Like, I'll fashion a gem. And the illustration that's on screen with Ace there, you know, the one that I have on screen is like the main big thing for like just chilling. In that illustration, he's creating the gem that eventually he's imprisoned in. Because what Nyx does is she ends up setting the gem back on Ace in order to imprison him, and then she gives the gem to Bastet in order to like watch over, because Nyx, being the manipulator she is like, I'm not like other girls, but you know, my bro, the second oldest, is the worst. Like, he will kill thousands. He's upsetting the natural order that you know, good arcanes are trying so desperately to protect. Like, here you go, my brother on a silver platter. You just gotta watch him and make sure, you know, like, because he has corruption powers. If you don't, if somebody who, you know, because the thing is, it has to be a different god or a sentry that has to break him out. Because the thing is, with his power, he's unable to break out, because it's basically his power going against his power, if that makes sense. Like, think of it as like, oh, I don't know what would be a good analogy, but think of it as sort of like, where if you have a disadvantage, like, think of it as like, you make a door. Now, you made that door, and you know, like, if you have magical powers, you make a barrier. The thing is, if that barrier's set back on you and you're trying to use your power to break out, you can't, because you're basically going against head to head with your own strength, if that makes sense. So like, Ace can't break out. He needs another sentry, or he needs another arcane to break him out. You know, he has to be able to corrupt them, because he can still corrupt people even though he's in the gem, but they have to be in physical contact with the gem. That's why in like issue 1 of TC, when Iris grabs the gem and her mind's not clear because she's like betrayed by Infinite, she's like, you know, like, Ace is like, finally, my chance to get out. He's been stuck in that gem for like centuries. You know, like, he's ready to bust out. And so like, yeah, that's why he couldn't get out until like Iris was, you know, hurt and betrayed. And then she was like, you can't get this gem, Infinite. I won't let you, you know, like, you're gonna have to kill me if you want it. And then like, Ace basically corrupts her, and he basically kills off her entire civilization, sets her planet on fire by using her body. And like, the last act that happens, like, Ace is in the gem, but like, he knows he can finally break out, but he waits till the coast is clear. You know, like, in the sense of, you know, he's not gonna pop out of existence right in front of Infinite when he wants to be able to, like, you know, raise hell, you know, like, make Iris feel pain, you know, with of being imprisoned in this gem that her entire family, aka Bastet, you know, kept him in. Like, he's basically blaming the descendant of Bastet. Like, he doesn't give a shit that, you know, that it was just Bastet that was the main issue. No, he wanted to raise hell on all of, like, Bastet's offspring and whatnot, like descendants, basically. Let's see. I have to scroll back up. I went on a tangent. It's funny that you are good at drawings but not good at math. Me too. I'm not very good at math. I'm only good at doing the easy ones. Same here. How I see it, you just need addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication to get in this world. Sometimes you don't need to dig into the science, just roll with the disbelief. My OC smells like cherry blossoms. That's really cute. They smell really good too. My main Isaac smells like chocolate, radium, metal, and oil, and coffee. Honestly, Audy as well, because she smells like motor oil. She's a mechanic baby. Is Ace the type of person that goes with the easy but wrong answers or choices, or does actually view things in the long run that will work but are extremely hard to do? The thing is, I'm gonna take a quick sip, then I'll answer this question. The thing is with Ace, he tries to live within the moment. Like, I don't think I said this before, but I've said it to Drake. And the thing is with Ace is it's like being attention starved, if that makes sense, because Ace, in the sense, he never was noticed. He was always, like, oh, you're like, the people that has surrounded him were like, you're not good enough to be an arcane, you're not an actual arcane, like, you're not a natural god, which, really hurts his ego. And basically the only way for people to notice him was if he did horrible things. So, like, an example, I guess, would be, like, killing thousands of people on a planet. Like, when he did that, suddenly people took notice of him. And he was like, I like the feeling that I'm getting from this because, people are, finally taking into account and, taking me seriously. I started shading his eyes for one of the turntables, so let me quickly get his little eyeballs done on this one, and then I'll read chat. Because if I'm able to, like, color one of the turntables, like the middle one, then I'm able to do the rest. By just grabbing colors from the main one. Okay, now I'll read. Okay. Power will always corrupt it. Acelius sounds more like a twisted destroyer than a trickster. If you think about it, it's like Loki from, like, Marvel. How, like, his dad, quote unquote dad, but more of adoptive dad, didn't really treat him with respect or as an actual son, if that makes sense. Like, he took him, he raised him, but, like, he didn't give him as much love as Thor. There can never be good if there is no bad to replace. Exactly. An unfortunate truth, but it helps establish right from wrong true. I think you mean in Iris's case, her pain inadvertently set the stage for the planet's destruction. Basically, like, it was a strike of luck for Ace. She shared her pain with the planet, and doing so provided an opening, very literally. So Ace is narcissistic due to being overlooked and desperately wants to matter by way of cruelty, becoming noticed and engrossed. He can care less on how to be the center of attention. Basically, for Ace, like, he's attention starved, but, like, he's not. I know a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, Lavi, how dare you say it? He's a villain. Why are you sympathizing with him? But, like, the thing is, deep down, he's not that bad. It's more of, like, he does it in order to be noticed by people. Like, people only see him as, like, Apophis' son, or, like, another part of Apophis. Like, not as his own person, if that makes sense. Anyways, how was the 3-day weekend for everybody? I mean, it wasn't a 3-day weekend, but for the most part, so far so good. The sad thing is I can't work on TC pages because of this whole comic class thing. So it's like, you know, I'm dealing with the I guess it's legitimate stress / exhaustion of working on a script, turntables, and then eventually 3 separate pages on backstory of characters. The marriage still there, for God's sake. And then I gotta get his little eyebrows colored. Oh my gosh, he has such beautiful eyebrows. Let's see. Tell us about my roommate. You might have to, I don't understand your sentence. Xut. Tell us about my roommate is a god, please. You might have to. I don't know how to answer that question entirely. Because he doesn't need to know how when he is the center of attention. So he essentially wants to be his own person, basically. Because, like, you know, the other arcanes see him as basically a figment or, like, a piece of Apophis. If any of you have played or know what happens in, like, Devil May Cry 5, I think it is, with, like, the whole Virgil and V thing, it's basically kind of like that. Like, spoiler warning. I will count to 3. If any of you don't want to be spoiled for Devil May Cry 5, this like little plot twist, I'm gonna count to 3, and then I'm gonna spoil this section of it. So just a warning. So 3, 2, 1. So basically, in Devil May Cry 5. Virgil, which is Dante's brother. I forget if he's the oldest, like, older brother, or... Yeah, he's the older brother. But Virgil, since he wants to be, like, you know, a fully blooded demon / devil, he basically pushes out the human side of him in order to become a demon. So, like, the thing he does is he basically shoves the human part of him out of his body. It's kind of like that with Apophis, but in the sense of, like, he wants more power, so he figures, like, if he makes the embodiment of his powers into, you know, physical things, then he'll be able to obtain more power. And the other arcanes, like the good ones, you know, Bastet, Ra, Air, and Dagda, they're like, these halves that, you know, are coming out of not Ace, I was about to say Ace. These halves that are coming out of Apophis are basically just Apophis copies. And, you know, Ace does not take pride in that. So he's like, I want to be my own, you know, god. I want people to take me seriously. And the only way that people can take me seriously is if I do, you know, murder. Destroy planets. Upset the natural order. Make them take me seriously. Let's see. To me, the reason why I had no school on Friday because of a teacher planning day. For me, teacher planning day is next Friday, I think. What if the trio was stuck in a D&D world? Do you mean like Ace, Iris, Infinite? Or do you mean like Ace, Iris, Hannah? Like, what do you mean by that? In the sense. Because I'm curious. Oh, your comic, My Roommate is a God. Oh! Okay, so My Roommate is a God is basically like, I'm treating it more so as like an AU for my comic class, but for like the official comic, I haven't worked out the full kinks, but My Roommate is a God, it's a slice of life, I can't believe I said that. It's a slice of life comic, so like there's some like lessons behind it kind of thing. And in the comic, Audy and Ace are roommates. They live together as roommates, not partners. In the sense of romance. Although, if not Apophis, fuck Ace. Too many A names. If Ace wanted to, he could try super hard to mess with Audy. He does, actually. He messes with Audy a lot, but like, he's the type of person who won't advance on somebody unless they are into it and want it. But like, in My Roommate is a God, Ace is like that one, you know when you hear horror stories of that one roommate? Ace is basically that one roommate. Who will eat your shit, who will use your shit, who will steal your shit. Like, that is Ace in My Roommate is a God. I forget if I made it a head canon or with like canon mindset wise for My Roommate is a God, but like so Audy has a sweet addiction as well. Like, she indulges sometimes on sweets. So she has like her own stash or whatever. And the thing is, Ace will munch them down and will purposely piss off Audy because he has a sweet addiction too. And it's like, she's like, why are you eating my shit? You know, like, you're not the one that paid for it. And he's like, I don't care. You know, like, we're roommates. So technically that's free grabs for everybody in this apartment that you and I share. And, you know, like, the thing with Audy is, like, she sometimes gets so pissed off with him to the point where, like, I forget if I gave them, like, you know, a gas stove where, like, you have to, like flick them in order to get, like, a flame. So the basic thing with Audy is, like, if Ace pisses her off so much, she'll literally, like, anything that deals with, like, heat, so, like, a heater, a stove, hot water in the shower, like, if she's pissed off because of Ace, everything will go to, like, a boiling point, or it will set on fire. And the thing is, Ace takes great pride in pissing her off. So it's like, Ace, you know what's gonna happen, so why are you doing it? But he doesn't care. He just enjoys seeing a reaction out of Audy. But like, yeah, it's a slice of life comic. I haven't fully, you know, like, made a script or started it yet, but like, Ace is like the worst roommate to have. I say that with a great pride, by the way, because he's the type of roommate that will throw a party in order to piss off Audy. And I think I headcanoned it with, like, the whole sweet thing, because, you know, Audy also likes sweets, but, like, Ace eats her candy stuff purposely to piss her off, but also because he has an addiction to it. And I think I made like a headcanon wise for the comic where like Audy purposely like gets enchanted jars, like glass jars. Like the ones that you have to like really twist in order to pop them off. And so it basically means that Ace can't use his powers in order to open the jar. So he has to physically open it. And the thing with Ace is, and my roommate is a god, he can't open jars. The poor man has like big claw hands. He can't open jars. And he can't break them either. So he can't use his powers to open them. And he can't open them because he doesn't know how to open jars. Oh, poor Ace. But yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend next week. I hope so too. Let's see. Oh, Ace is the dick that turns his roommates into living resources and uses them? Yes. Like, Ace doesn't pay rent. Ace doesn't pay for groceries. Ace doesn't pay for anything. And the times where, like, Audy's like, can't you, like, manifest, our food? He's like, he won't even do that. He's like, nah, you have to cook it. Ace is such an asshole, but I love him. He said, I love him. He's an asshole character. Sometimes you gotta love an asshole to understand that you may be also an asshole. That's pretty much me. Okay. I meant Ace, Iris, Hannah. Ooh. I mean, I don't play D&D, but, like, I feel like Ace would be an asshole the entire trip. And Iris and Hannah would get pissed off with him so quick. All that physique, yet incapable of opening a jar, may as well get a medal for effort. Oh my god. Yes, he can. For all the, like, shoulder, ab thing, bicep, whatever it's called, I don't know the muscles in the body. He can't open a jar. He's like if somebody's like, oh, Ace, can you open this jar for me? He's like, nah, fam, you have to do it yourself. Like, it's a pickle jar and he can't open it. Oh, I love it so much. But yeah, like, in My Roommate is a God, the only reason that Audy is, living with Ace, I was about to say shacking up, but, like, they're not shipped, so no. Even though Ace is open shipped and anybody can technically ship their OC with him, but I cannot imagine Ace and Audy in a relationship at all. In the sense of, like, him not pissing her off and them getting along. Like, they have their moments, but they have way more argument type based things. But yeah, like, Ace will purposely do anything to piss off Audy. But the reason why, like, Audy, lives with Ace, like, the reason why they're sharing an apartment is because the specific apartment complex that Audy wants to live at is like, okay, you can pay this amount of rent, like a certain amount of rent. The rent will be higher if you're living alone, whereas, like, the rent will be lower if you have a roommate. I know it's not, like, a good way of thinking in my sense of creativity, but, like, in the way that I have the story set up, like, the certain business standpoint of apartment complex that Audy checks out is basically that. So she's like, okay, you know, like, she decides to go the roommate route because she can't pay for like a huge amount of a rent. Because Audy is not made of money. And so Audy has the displeasure of having Ace as a roommate. Because in the roommate quote-unquote AU storyline, Ace is basically visiting Mobius in the way of like, so I don't know if I want to make it like two storylines, but like I don't want to make it so separate that I get confused, but for my comic class I make Ace, you know, he's an arcane, but he's visiting the planet as like a vacation getaway and like seeing how life is there. And basically, since he doesn't know how to deal with people, he's like, oh, maybe I could just have a roommate. And they were roommates. They became roommates. How's it going, dude? Okay. Does Audy have friends come over her house and my roommate is a god? I still haven't fully developed if she has friends over because I feel like Ace would just piss them off and then her friends won't like come over to hang out with her. They're gonna be like, you have to come to me and don't bring your roommate. But like her friends roommate story wise I think would be like my other Sonas, like Ave and Siri. I feel like Ave would also kind of like, yeah, I feel like Ave would kind of poke at Ace. He'd be like, oh shit, dude, you're being an asshole. Ace Warlock, Iris Bard, Hannah Cleric. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know what a cleric is, but like Hannah has she basically has telekinesis powers, like silver. I can imagine Ace's excuse is for the jar. Oh, I could, but I would be wasting my strength. I mean, what kind of fool do you think I am? And I'm not compensating for anything. You are. I can't do Ace's voice. I can only do female Ace. The only one who can do an Ace voice is Drake. Because he's the best boy. It's more or less me trying to impersonate Drake. Because Ace talks like, you know, like this. I love it though. I love Ace's voice. I love Drake. It was amazing. Oh my god. But there is another character in My God is a Roommate. I don't think you were here when I showed Vanny, were you? I'm gonna have to show you Vanny. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to show you Vanny. So, Audy and Ace have this roommate who, can't stand them. Like, he is a bat. He's specifically a spotted bat. And this is gonna take a moment to, like, make it small enough, by the way. But, uh-oh. accidentally didn't grab it. There we go. But Vanny is their next door neighbor, and he relies on the whole like echolocation thing that bats do, you know, like that in order for it to bounce off the walls. And specifically, he uses that echolocation when he wants to get up for snacks. And he is like, he's like a daytime bat, even though the species of a spotted bat aren't daytime. Bats are nocturnal. Basically, Vanny is their next door neighbor. He's a 4'3" spotted bat. He has I call him Insomnia Bags Boy because of this. He can't get sleep, thanks to Ace and Audy arguing. It's like if you've ever seen the scene in Zootopia with like Judy with like, I think they're alpacas. Like her next door neighbors argue all the time. And she can hear them through the walls. Cause like the walls are so paper thin. And it's like that. Cause Vanny can't sleep when they argue, and he's like, it's 4 a.m, shut up. But Vanny is like the one neighbor who complains to high heaven, like noise complaints about them. And the landlord of the apartment complex that they live in is like, they're, you know, like, you're the only one that's been giving a noise complaint, you know, you're the only one that's giving a complaint about this. So we're not, you know, like, I'm not gonna take it seriously type thing. And it's so bad because, like, Vanny deals with, like, continuously, you know, reporting them for noise complaint. And, like, the moment, like, the landlord checks to see if there's a problem, Audy and Ace are either gone, you know, shopping or whatnot, or, like, they've calmed down and are doing their own thing. I could see how Felicia... Oh, I could see... Oh, I think you're like... Are you wondering how Euro, C, and Audy would have a sleepover and how it would go? I feel like Ace would purposely try to sabotage it. Just because Ace is like that. Ace is an asshole. I mean, y'all know that. A lot of people know that Ace is an asshole. I keep saying it because it's 100% true. That's why I say it. But yeah, do I have the cover of My Roommate is a God saved on this computer? Because if not, like, you know, if not many people have seen it, I want to show the cover. If I don't have it, I might be slightly sad. Let's see. I don't have it. Aw, the Presso Espresso, man. That makes me sad. Okay. Do I have it in my gallery? That's the next best question. Or do I have it on DeviantArt? No? That makes me upsetty spaghetti. I guess I didn't share the cover on DeviantArt. That's kind of sad. Oh well. I was gonna show it, but like, I don't know where I put it then. Oh well. I was trying to do something nice and then it didn't work out. Yes. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm just ready to like paint bucket this. to make it go faster, you know, like the whole steps of coloring. Because I have another turntable I have to do, and then in individual pages. Because what I need to do for this assignment is basically, I need to make the turntables. That's what I'm doing. And then I have to make 3 pages worth of backstory of characters. It's on your Twitter. Oh wait, that's right. Oh yeah, I did. I'm dumb. Cause it was like days ago that I shared the different comics that I have on the back burner. That's right, I'm dumb. Slightly dumb. Here's what I'll do. Can I get a burger, please? Let's see, display capture. Okay. Done. So when I close this, you guys are gonna be able to see the cover. So there we go. So basically, you got Ace here with all the things, all of the destruction that he leaves behind. Eating Audy's ice cream, leaving dirty dishes, leaving dirty clothes around the floor. And then there's Audy, angry fire baby, who's ready to just light his ass on fire. I love her so much. She's such a good baby. But yeah, there's the cover. Oh no! I accidentally clicked something that I didn't want to do. Alright, there we go. Boop. Boop. Alright, let's see. So I just paint bucketed the first middle reference thing of Ace on here. So right now what I'm doing is going back and finding the white dots that I missed on his horns and body. Hopefully I can get this done within stream and like start Audy's turntable. The thing with me is I don't procrastinate. I just overwork myself. Like on anything. Like, I don't think my family could vouch me on it, but like, I purposely try to get everything done within the same day. So like, since I know I have to do 3 pages of, you know, I have to do Vanny's little like backstory thing of how like he, like his relationship in response to like Audy and Ace, you know, moving in kind of thing. And then I have to do Audy's thing where like she monologues about how like she moved into this apartment complex where like the rent would be cheaper if she had a roommate, and so she moves in with Ace, and then Ace is the worst. That reminds me, when I get to Audy's reference sheet, I have to include that she uses pyrokinesis. Because that's one thing that Drake was like, you have to make a note of it, you know, because the teacher will be confused. Like, she can use fire powers. Like, does he know that she uses that she can use pyrokinesis, and I'm like, I'll make a note of it. I'm a very tired person, so like, I think it's mainly because I overwork myself. Like, I know I overwork myself, yet I will never, like, take a break. If I have something to do, like, I will overwork myself in order to get it done. Even if I get sick. That's how bad it is. Okay. Merge those layers. And that will partially be colored. Same here. I like this turntable thing is like drawing an Ace ref, but worse. Like, I would love to just reuse the reference sheet that I use for Ace normally, but no, I have to draw individual different position angles of these characters for a turntable, because my teacher's like, if if your character is in a certain position, you can look back on the turntable and then like, it's an assignment. So like, I'm using I'm basically using Evan Stanley's Starline reference turntable that she made as like a template to follow. Because if I didn't have something to follow and I was doing this from scratch, it would look far worse than what it looks like right now. I will say, coloring Ace is very therapeutic to me, even though he's a villain. You wanna know what I think? I think Ace would make a nice Marshall Lee, you know? Like, you know Gender Bent Adventure Time? Like, oh my god, Marshall Lee? Boy, it was hot. Like, who didn't have a crush on Marshall Lee when they were younger? That and Marceline. Marceline was pretty cute too. Oh my gosh. Oh no, don't freeze. I know you're like, the dimensions are like 7,000 something. Getting flashbacks. Like, you know how like I'm suddenly like brain-wise not computing, where like my brain's like not understanding things, and then I'm like, oh, you meant this. Yesterday at the party, one of my brothers was like trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas already. And I was like, I don't need a lot, just, you know, sketchbooks and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, but what else? Like, do you want anything? Like, if you really wanted something. And I was like, I don't need a lot. You can just give me a sketchbook and I'd be perfectly happy. And he was like, okay. And he kept listing things, and he's like, do you want kisses? And I was like, what? Because my brain went to like lip contact instead of like the candy kisses, and I was like, what? No. And he's like, you know, candy kisses in a cup, and I was so confused. My brain was like, ew. And the thing is, my brother and I, we both have terrible social skills and anxiety, so like it's like, yeah, you know, like it's hard to converse with people at a party, and then you don't want to talk to anybody, and it's like, ah. But I was laughing hard yesterday. So much so that like my guts got upset. My guts were having a party. I'm saying that in the sense of like my guts were super upset. Do this stupid highlight thing on his collar for 2 other positions. Great. Woo! I love this. I actually don't. I really like the single reference sheets where it's just one thing. Like, let me get an example. What I mean by like the single reference sheets is, let me find a good one. Let's see. I don't have Ryder saved on here, do I? Damn. We'll use Sahar. What I mean is like reference sheets like these, where it's just one angle of the character, and it's just, you know, kinda sitting there. You know? It's like, I liked doing these. I like doing these. I like doing the single dimension of them facing a certain way and not a different angle like 5 times. How would Ace react though to Felicia? I feel like he'd be a jerk, honestly. That's just Ace's memo at this point though. Like, he'll be a jerk to anybody. I can back that up with like hardcore evidence. Oh shoot. Alright, what did I miss? There we go. I find it easier to talk with like music like this, like jazz. Mainly because like songs with lyrics tend to distract me more. Okay. What else can I talk about? As I struggle with coloring Ace. I guess, do you guys have any other questions about Ace? Because honestly, I enjoy answering questions about Ace. Mainly because I'm working on him right now, so that's probably why. That's probably why my attention is more so on Ace than anything else. I've already covered that Ace has a sweet addiction problem. Oh yeah, Ace has 2 kids. I haven't fully redesigned them yet, cause they're twin. They're twins, but like they don't look alike. I forget what the term is for them. For those types of twins. But they're twins. They are a boy and a girl. The girl's name is Elm, and the boy's name is Ivory. Ace really doesn't like children, but, you know, he ends up having kids. Even though it kind of shocks him, because he's like, you know, I'm not an actual god. How the Bid Bard and Cupcake can I have a child? You know, 2 children. Like, physical children. And, I really need to redesign them because, like, Elm takes more so after Ace, and Ivory, the boy, takes more after Hannah. Because, yes, they're my fan kid children. Reference sheet. His original reference sheet, because this is gonna drive me batty if I have too many tabs open. I'll read chat in a second. I gotta back out. And then get that. Save. Okay. What is Ace's favorite food? Oh no. So Ace's favorite food. Ace doesn't have a particular taste, but he doesn't like spicy foods. He doesn't like sour foods, because we've already established he really likes sweet foods. Honestly, I think he would eat sweet and sour chicken, but, like, not use the sauce. Like, he'd specifically eat the chicken. That's another thing about Ace, like, he doesn't really need to eat. But, I forget, I have, like, a little headcanon, I guess it could be called, where, like, if he gets bored or whatnot, he'll just munch on rocks. If you've ever seen, like, TLC's, My Strange Addiction, Ace would be on there because, like, he would eat rocks. Like gems. He eats it like rock candy. Almost done with the middle. I need to learn how to if there's a way to cast surfaces onto, like, big computers. How can you cast a surface to download and install on your computer, gather your devices, connect your devices to the same Wi-Fi network, open Fire on a Surface Pro, scroll through the list of available receivers and select where you want to send your screen. Ooh. I really want to show my screen. Download and install on your computer. It's available for Mac and iOS. Okay. Gather your devices in addition to your Surface Pro. You'll need a receiver where you'll send your screen. This can be Apple TV, HomePod, Chromecast, or a computer running reflector software. Ooh, I don't know if it'll take reflector software. That might take a long while, so I won't do it right now. It's a good idea, though. Crap, I didn't grab Ace's little cufflinks on his pants. Oop. If I knew how to play guitar, I would totally play riffs on it. I'm gonna color this, and then what I'll do is I'll screenshot it, send it to the Discord server, put it in fan art. Because I'm not done with this turntable, but I want to show you guys on stream how much I gotta do. It's so tiring though, like, I was up till 2 a.m. sketching Ace's turntable because I wanted kind of a head start on it. And today I got a little distracted. Oh god, my stomach's rumbling. I haven't eaten all day except a donut. Because I just have like his shoes and heels left on the main thing. Hopefully the mic is not picking up my stomach growling. So like, feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Feed me. Oh, I love Feed Me, Seymour. You can get it. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long. Me too, I'm hungry. I just know if I get up, I'm gonna have to instantly go to the bathroom. So I can't get up. I have to stay here, and then when I'm feel like I'm done with dealing with streaming, then I'll go eat and probably finish Ace's turntable and then start Audy's. I really want to finish Ace's one on stream though. If I can help it. I think my thing is freezing. That's not good. I'm gonna save it though. You know what? I love jazz music, but let's play Feed Me Seymour. Just because I'm hungry and I love this song so much. Feed me. Does it have to be human?
Sudden changes
Around me.
Lady Luck came and
Found me.
Thanks a million for making the magic you do.
Oh, I love this song.
Thanks to you, sweet,
Sweet
Petunia.
Petunia.
Mushnik's taken a junior.
Junior.
And someday when I own this whole shop,
Shop.
I'll remember I
Oh,
owe
wait
it
to you.
Ah, poor Seymour. You're so stupid.
Tui. Who cares if I've been a little on the anemic side these past few weeks? So what if I've had a few dizzy spells, a little lightheadedness? It's been worth it, old pal. Look, I'm gonna run down to Schmendrick's and get something to eat. I'll see you later. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Again. Tui, I haven't got much left. Look, just let me heal a few more days,
Feed
okay?
me.
Then we'll start on the left hand again.
Feed me.
What?
I'll beg your pardon.
Feed me.
Tui, you talked.
Talked.
You opened up your
Trap
your
the
thing. You
thing.
said,
Feed me, Krellborn. Feed me now.
I can't.
I'm starving.
Starving.
Oh boy. Look, maybe I can squeeze a little out of this one, but
I need some food.
Oh.
More.
but there isn't any more. What do you want me to do? Slit my wrists?
Ooh.
Look, how about I run down to the corner and pick up some nice chopped sirloin?
Must be blood.
Tui, that's disgusting.
Must be
Must
fresh.
be fresh.
I don't want to hear this.
Feed me.
Does it have to be human?
Feed me.
Does it have to be mine?
Feed me.
Where am I supposed to get it?
Feed me. See more. Feed me all night long. That's right, boy. You can do it. Feed me, Seymour.
God, I love this song so much.
Feed me all night long. 'Cause if you feed me, Seymour, I can grow up big and strong.
You eat blood, Audrey, too. Let's face it. How am I supposed to keep on feeding you? Kill people?
I'll make it
It
worth
with your while.
What?
You think this is all a coincidence, baby? The sudden success around here? Your adoption papers?
Look, you're a plant, an inanimate object.
Does this look inanimate to you, punk? If I can talk and I can move, who's to say I can't do anything I want?
Like what?
Like deliver, pal. Like see you get everything your secret, greasy, hot desires.
I love the beat on this.
Cadillac car, or a gas shot on jackpot. How about a date with Head Lamar? You're gonna get it. How'd you like to be a big wheel, dining out for every
Every
meal?
meal.
I'm the plant who can make it all real. You're gonna get it. I'm your genie. I'm your friend. I'm your willing slave. Take a chance. Just feed me. You know the kind of eats, the kind of red-hot treats, the kind of sticky, licky sweets I crave. Come on, Seymour, don't be a putz. Trust me in your life, I shouldn't have robbed a king tuts. Show little initiative, work of my guns, and you get it.
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
I don't know. I have so many strong
Reservation.
Should I go
And perform mutilations.
You didn't have nothing till you met me. Come on, kid. What'll it be? Money?
Girls.
One
One particular
How
girl.
about that
Audrey.
Think it over. There must be someone you get 86
Real quiet like.
and get me some lunch. How'd you like a room at the Ritz, wrapped in velvet, covered in glitz? A little nookie gonna clean up your zips and you get it.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
She had like a Harley machine, tooling around like I was James Dean, making all the guys on the corner turn green.
So you get it. Oh, if you wanna be profound, you really gotta justify. Take a breath and look around. A lot of folks deserve to die.
not a very nice thing to say.
But it's
It's
true.
true, ain't it?
No. I don't know anyone who deserves to get chopped up and fed to a hungry plant.
For you to do.
Stupid woman! Christ, what a freaking scatterbrain!
I'm sorry, Doctor.
Oh yeah, this one has a swear word. I forgot about it. I'll skip it.
Orin, that hurt.
Move it!
There we go. I skipped it for you guys.
If you want a rationale, it isn't very hard to see. Stop and think it over, pal.
The guy sure looks like plant
Food to me.
The guy sure looks like plant food to me. The guy sure looks like plant food to me.
He's so nasty treating her rough.
Smacking her around and always talking so tough.
You need blood, he's got more than enough.
I need blood and he's got more than enough.
You need blood, he's got more than enough.
So go get it.
So go get it.
God, I love Little Shop of Horrors. You guys don't even know my obsession with the plant. The plant is so good. I love the plant. The plant is amazing. Oh, I'm trying to think what other good ones I've listened to. I'm not a theater kid, by the way. Hmm. Ooh. No, wait. What I should do is I'm gonna look up. Okay, so you guys know what I was talking about, like Creep, Lucifer, like him singing it, right? Oh, boys, you don't understand my love and the feeling of me wanting to cry because of this. So here we go. I'm gonna let it play.
You were here before. Couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my god.
Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. Oh, I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Oh, I don't belong. She's running out again. She's running out again.
The fact that that is one of the inspirations for Ace makes me want to cry. It always makes me want to cry. Why? It makes me so sad because it's like you can tell he's singing about the girl he loves, and it's like she rejected him. It is like, oh, I'm thinking about Ace and Anna and Ace. It's just. I'm gonna swab. I'm gonna be a swabbing mess, you know? Like, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be a mess. Alright. How about even more musical music? How about that?
Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock
Oh my gosh.
since the Puritans got a shot when they landed on the And though I'm not
God, I love this music.
I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything When Grandmama, whose age is 80 and nightclubs is getting matey with gigolos, anything goes. When mothers pack and leave for father because they decide they'd rather be tennis pros, anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hymns you like, if bare limbs you like, if Mae West you like, or me undressed you like, why nobody will oppose. When every night the set that's smart is intruding and nudist parties in studios, anything goes.
This turntable. What kind of candy does Ace like? He likes really sweet ones, like Starburst, Skittles, Kit Kats, Hershey's Cookies and Cream. What else? Maybe Reese's Pieces. He likes a lot of sweets. I love classic music like that. Like, I know it's speedier, but like, it's just, it touches my heart, man. It pulls them heartstrings. Oh. No, I'm not gonna do that one.
Let's see. Hmm. Does Ace know what Halloween is? He does. It's just like he'd rather like watch movies and not go out. Even though he could. It's just he'd get a lot of like people saying, "Oh, you're too old for doing this." Let's see. Grew up in the French court, oui, bonjour, life was a chore, so she set sail. 1522 went straight to the UK, all the British dudes lime, epic fail. I'm gonna, yes, play that one.
Grew up in the French court, oui, bonjour, life was a chore, so
She set sail.
1522 came straight to the UK, all the British dudes lame.
Epic fail. Ooh,
Wanna dance and sing,
politics,
not
my
thing.
thing.
But then I met the king, and soon my daddy said
You should try and get ahead. He wanted me, obviously, kept
messaging me like
every day.
couldn't be better than he sent me a letter. And who am I kidding? I was pretty
Pretty manger.
sent a reply, just saying hi.
Hi,
You're
you're a nice guy.
I'll think about it maybe.
XO, baby.
Here we go. You sent him kisses. I didn't know I would move in with his missus. Get that life. Living with his wife. Like, what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. 3 in the bed and the little one said, if you wanna be wed, make up your mind. Her or me, chum, don't wanna be some girl in a threesome.
Are you blind?
Don't be bitter, 'cause I'm bitter. Why hasn't it hit her? He doesn't wanna bang you. Somebody hang you. Here we go. Your comment went viral. I didn't really
The fact I really want to sing this song in a British accent.
country hate you. Mate, what was I meant to do?
Sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head.
I didn't mean to
To hurt anyone. LOL, I say oh well.
or go to
To
hell.
hell.
I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. Tried to elope, but the Pope said no.
Nope.
Our only hope was Henry.
Henry.
He got a promotion, caused a commotion, set in motion the C of E. The rules were so outdated. Us two wanted to get X-rated. Soon excommunicated. Everybody
The fact Iris has a British accent makes this even worse because I'm the voice actress for Iris.
every night on the town just sleeping around
around
like
what the hell?
If that's how it's gonna be, baby, I'll flirt with a guy or three
Just to make him jealous.
Henry finds out and he goes mental. He screams and shouts like so judgmental. You damn bitch, mate, just shut up. I wouldn't be such a if you could get it up. Here we go. Is that what you said? And now he's going round like off with her head. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he means it. What was I meant to do? What was she meant to do? Like, what was I meant to do? What was she meant to do? But what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
British accents are so amazing. I think what I'll do is I'll play one more song out here. Well, still working on the Ace thing. And then I'm gonna call it a stream because I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. And then I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna eat and continue working on turntables. Because I want to cry. You know? I just gotta figure out which song to go with. It's spooky season. Maybe I should play scary music. I don't know what I'll do. I'll play a Beetlejuice song, and then I'll play another one, and then I'll call that as done.
Hey mom, dead mom, I need a little help here. I'm probably talking to myself here, but dead mom, I gotta ask, are you really in the ground? 'Cause I feel you all around me. Are you here? Dead mom, dead mom.
I'm dying.
Dead mom, I'm tired of trying to iron out my creases. I'm a bunch of broken pieces. It was you who made me whole. Every day, Dad's staring at me like, oh, hurry up, get happy, move along. Forget about your mom. 'Cause Daddy's in denial. Daddy doesn't wanna feel. He wants me to smile and clap like a performing seal. Ignored it for a while. Daddy's lost his mind for real. You won't believe the mess that will come.
Oh my gosh, so much to do left.
You're my hope, my destination, and I'm your clone, your strange creation. You held my hand, and life gave me see. Now jokes don't land, and no one sees me. Nothing seems to fit. Mama, is this it? Are you receiving? I want something to believe in, or I'm done. Take me where my soul can run, or I'll be in my bedroom waiting when it's ready. Daddy's moving forward. Daddy didn't lose the ball. Mama, won't you send a sign? I'm running out of hope and time. I play the nice, lightning strike or drama. No more playing Daddy's game. We'll go insane if things don't change. Whatever it takes to make him say your name. Dead mom.
Okay, and then I'm gonna play one more, and then I'm gonna call it an end of stream. Let's see. Why don't we play a classic, you know?
Hey, witch doctor, give us the magic words.
All right. You go ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang,
Walla walla bing bang.
All right. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee,
Can't believe I'm playing this as the last song.
ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla,
Oh, the witch doctor was in love with you. In love with you.
I was thinking of drawing Ace, but I don't know what his color is. His color is like a dark purplish magenta for his skin tone. The little arrow things on his face is like pink. His hair is like a lavender purple. His tank top thing with the choker is like a very pale pink. His choker is yellow. The sun, the metal thing's yellow, but then the rays are orange. His pants are red, and then like the cuffs of his pants are bright red. And then like the sun things on his pants are the same as his choker. And then his boots, the heel of his boots are like a light purple. And then the main thing of his boots
Are a dark purple, but then like the thing with like where his laces are at are like a weird ugly purple.
You know what? I'll keep playing a little bit of Halloween songs. I am hungry, but, you know, it's not really fair to people who, you know, came here for spooky spooks and you barely get to listen to any music, right?
Especially if it's like nearing Halloween, so. In the neighborhood, who you gonna call?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call? An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Okay.
Who you gonna call? If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call. I ain't afraid of no.
No go.
My head likes the gas. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? If you have a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call.
God, I love the music. It makes me feel good.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Don't get caught alone, no, no. When it comes through your door, unless you just want some more, I think you better call.
Ace versus Xylo, who would win? Ooh, that'd be kind of difficult because they're both gods, aren't they?
Who you gonna call? Think you better call. Who you gonna call? I can't hear you. Who you gonna call? Louder. Who you gonna call? Who can you call?
I feel like it'd be an even match, though, honestly.
Work all night and a drink a rum. Stop
Banana till the morning come. Taliban, telling me banana.
I love for the fact that this stream has progressed to like just music, you know?
With my occasional input. 7 foot, 8 foot, up. Oh my gosh.
a beautiful bunch.
A ripe banana. La tarantula. I hate spiders.
Honestly, I think this might be a good stopping point. Like, we have some chill music playing right now. I feel like it'd be a nice closer. And I'm hungry, so... Thank you all for joining me for this stream. It was fun. And I'm glad that I was able to chill with you guys. See you till next time.